Hey guys, this is Bando Guy 4 bringing you another episode of Let's Play Pokemon FireRed. In the last part, I took on the Cinnabar Gym and defeated Blaine, earning my 7th gym badge. And I stayed in here because as soon as I leave, I'm going to be spoken to. Bye? Oh, hey, if it isn't Red. Look, it's me, Bill. Long time no see. I hope you're still using my PC system. Well, listen, since we met up here, how about spending time with me? There's this little island in the far south called One Island. A friend invited me, so I'm on my way out there. How about it? Do you feel like coming with me? Now, you can say no, and later on, go with him at any time you feel like, but I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way right now. This is something that was added for the remakes. It was not in the original games. So, let's go on the boat, and very quickly, we will be at One Island, also known as Knot Island. So this is one of many islands in the area, and he wants us to go talk to his friend Celio. So inside the Pokemon Center, there's this giant machine that's not in any of the other ones. Hey there, Celio! Bill, I can't believe you came out here. Well, absolutely. How's your research coming along? Red, this is my buddy Celio. He's one dedicated PC maniac. And he has zero aptitude for battling, but he's happy to meet me. He wants to get these PCs to work with PCs in other areas. And while we're waiting, Bill wants us to do him a favor. He wants us to take a meteorite over to 2 Island to a friend that he has over there who runs a game corner out here. And Celio gives us a tri-pass, which allows us to go to 1, 2, or 3 Island at any time. And we can also go back to the mainland. And we got an extension for the town map. So even if you decided that you're too cool to have a map, you're going to get one now anyway. And you can kind of see what it looks like out here. There's 2 Island there, and 3 Island. There are other islands around here, but we cannot go to them until after the main story of the game. So I'm just going to ignore him for now. And I could just head off to 2 Island right away, but there is something very important on this island that I want to take care of first. And if you've enjoyed the previous few videos, you're going to die laughing today. At least I imagine so. But down here is Treasure Beach. There's a couple trainers you can battle along the way, and I didn't heal after the gym, I suddenly realized, and that's not a good thing, and I have Blue up to battle water types. This was not a wise decision. This is using an ice type that'll do neutral damage, and very little at that, since Seal's not part ice type. But the trainers out here, if you've made it to this point without terrible difficulty, none of the trainers on these islands will give you any trouble either. 36 is about the highest their levels get. But my attack is going to be dropped. Really should have remembered to heal. When I was starting this recording, I was saying, okay, remember, before I go out there, heal first, because I'm still hurt. And, of course, I forgot. Dewgong might have an ability called Thick Fat, and if so, fire-type moves are not going to be very effective. I think it does. It's part ice-type, so it's partially weak to fire, but it's also part water-type, so that makes it neutral. And then the Thick Fat makes fire and ice-type moves actually do less damage. So I'm going to say that that's the reason why it's still alive after 2 flamethrowers. So I can't be entirely certain of that. But either way, Dewgong is done, and I am going to heal now, and then I will come back to this point. Okay, now that I'm not being a complete moron, I can come over here, and there's a few patches of grass here, and of course I will mention the Pokemon you can find here. But what's more important about this is the item finder should be responding. and yet it is not. Ah, here we go. There's something near here. Come on, just let me find one item. Please. Really? To the left, okay. And I found an Ultra Ball. You can find Ultra Balls here, and you can also find Stardust, which is only good for being sold. And that's basically what that guy told you. But that's really the only thing that's down here. And I suppose I could have waited to heal until after finding that out, but I didn't think of that. But what's very good here is you want to come over to the right to Kindle Road, and I'll get to what those places are for in a bit. Is there an item on this island? Just a trainer? Okay, I'll cut it out.
Okay, now that battle's over, I think I'm just about ready to take on the Elite Four right now, so I'm really gonna try to avoid some trainer battles if I can. I'm also very poorly understocked in the way of repels, but that's alright. See here, this is Kindle Road, and at the end of Kindle Road is going to be Mount Ember. There are rocks here that if you have a Pokemon with Rock Smash, you can break them, and in several cases it would not be a bad idea to do that to get to certain items. I do not have a Pokemon with Rock Smash, but to advance along the path normally, you absolutely must have Cut, Strength, and Surf. Obviously, I needed Surf to even get to this area. But as long as you have those, there's nothing you can't get to here. Off the top of my head, the only items I know, you can get a Firestone if you have Rock Smash. That's actually so incredibly helpful for me right now. Very happy to get an extra Max Repel. And I mean, you can buy Firestones, so I don't find it a terrible inconvenience if you pass those up. If you don't have Rock Smash, you can't get to that item over here, and I could have very easily avoided this trainer if I had taken one less step. But I foolishly assumed that if they were going to see me, they would have the first turn when I came into their vision. But I guess I can fight them. It's not too terribly inconvenient. I imagine I can take them out fairly quickly between Jupiter and Kathleen. And I guess while I'm taking them out, I can mention I'll go ahead and say this, my next LP was going to be Zelda 2, and I have recently come to the realization that if I ever beat that game, I will be a very, very lucky person, and so I do still hope to have it LP'd someday. I would not expect it anytime soon, so I have a couple ideas for what I will LP next, but if you've been following my Twitter and Facebook posts, seeing me talk about Zelda 2 quite a bit, don't expect me to LP it. It's a terribly difficult game, and I'm scared. Is there actually a TM for Rock Smash? Because if so, I may as well use it. In some other, especially in Generation 4, it became an HM, so it was very easy to be able to smash these rocks. And if it's a TM, I don't have that TM. I can get past. No, I cannot get past both of these people. I mean, sure, I imagine it's possible in some way. Actually, I should have run. They're traveling a set path, so they wouldn't have seen me. And I forgot to take Jupiter out of the front of my party. Oh well, I love Thunderbolt. Speaking of Thunderbolt, I can say I always like to have some sort of Pokemon run going on. Whether I'm LPing or not, I will always be playing Pokemon. And the one I'm doing right now, I'm doing on Pokemon Yellow. I decided that I wanted to create a team based on the Red's team, as in Red the character I'm playing as.
as you can fight him in Generation 2 and Generation 4, and I wanted to create a team that was basically based on his team. And I have to base it on the Generation 4 one, because in Generation 2 he has an Espeon, and Espeon did not exist in Generation 1, so there's no way I could possibly get it. So I've got a team of Pikachu, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, and Charmander right now, and it'll be rounded up by Lapras and Snorlax. And I'm very interested to see how that will go. I chose Pokemon Yellow for the fact that you get a Pikachu to start out, you don't have to find one in the Viridian Forest, and you also are given through events the other 3 Kanto starters. So it just seemed like, as far as getting those, Yellow would be the simplest choice. Plus it has quite a few improvements over Red and Blue, in addition to being what is widely considered to be one of the more challenging Pokemon games, as after Red and Blue, everyone got a huge level spike. But there are issues to Generation 2, or Generation 1 rather, such as not being able to register key items to select, or rather not having key items at all, but all your items being in one area. You can carry 20 items with you at any time, and a total of 50 in the PC. So your item space is severely limited in that game. Plus there's no running shoes. And the bike in that game is about as fast as these running shoes. So as much as I love Generation 1 for starting out Pokemon, I don't enjoy playing it over much. But actually, what's this cave? I don't think this is Mount Ember. It's the Ember Spa. And I don't think you can do anything in here yet, so I don't know why I'm coming in here. This guy says it's therapeutic. There's an old lady here. She says the hot water keeps her skin looking young. He likes chowder. Chowder is delicious. But I don't really know. Oh, HM06. Huh. Guess what's in HM in Generation 3, too? I had absolutely no idea whatsoever that HM06 in Generation 3 was Rock Smash. Huh. Well, who can learn this? I'm gonna have to think about this for a few moments. I'll be right back outside of this area as well. Okay, I've made my decision. Blue is... I haven't used Smokescreen in a while, and let's be honest, I'm more of a all-out offense kind of Pokemon player, so I just would feel better having another different type of move on Blue than trying to lower people's accuracy. So I can Rock Smash now, and that would explain why I didn't have a TM for it. I'm not sure if any Pokemon will appear while you're Rock Smashing in this area, but oftentimes Rock Smash involves encountering Geodudes and other Pokemon like that. Just Neither there, recovers 5 PP of course, nothing too spectacular. Suppose you can break these rocks too. So far as I know, there's nothing set that appears when you smash those rocks. If I'm wrong about that, feel free to correct me, but I'd like to think that I know what I'm talking about for once. And I believe this is a Firestone, but let's see if I'm correct. And you can encounter Pokemon from these, and as I suspected, a Geodude. And I still have Jupiter in the front of my party. Let's see if I can finally switch around my Pokemon again. If I can pause and stay on the pause menu. Kathleen also grew to level 44, so... Mr. Mime will be up next, followed by Anton, followed by Shiva. As I already checked out all those experiences. And that is almost a completely wrong order. Oh, another thing about Generation 1 I could mention. Oh, it's Carbos. But, like, cutting trees and smashing rocks. All I have to do to smash a rock in this game is walk up to it and push A, cut down the small tree, walk up to it, press A. It'll automatically go to the Pokemon that knows that HM. Not in Generation 1, you have to go into the menu and go to your Pokemon, and I was starting to do that before I remembered that the reason I paused was to put up this Master Repel. Anyway, you have to go in and select the HM in the proper spot and use it. And sure, I'm just spoiled with these newer Pokemon games like everyone else, but my first Pokemon game was Pokemon Blue. I remember what it was like. It was horrendous, and everyone now is very, very lucky. So there's strength puzzles here all over the place, and there are Pokemon in Mount Ember, there are items in Mount Ember, and none of that is really important to me. At least none of that is the reason that I'm here right now. Please, I know you can look the other way. I hate you. You know what, just because of that, I'm going to show myself destroying this ranger. Oh, Bellsprout, how nice. Hey, isn't Bellsprout part poison type? You bet it is. So, Psychic will take it down. And what else you got? Rangers tend to carry grass types. So, if you got Flying, or Fire, or Psychic, since so many grass types in this game are part poison type as well, then you should be able to destroy them all. And there are also hikers here because it is a mountain after all, and they like to carry Geodudes and Onyxes and Machop. Fighting types and rock types mostly. So I've got a team that's basically catered to destroy this area. And Mr. Mime grew another level, and Pokemon Ranger Beth is gone. Unfortunately, in this game, when you defeat Rangers, they don't give you berries like they do in Generation 5. I do kind of wish berries were a bit more plentiful in this game. And it's not that you can't find them, it's just that you don't find a lot of them until something that I'm going to be doing in an episode or two from here. And you couldn't do it up until this point. So you can get berries, it just takes a long time. And there's really only one reason I came to Mount Ember at all, otherwise I would have just gone straight to 2 Island. Because by and large, Mount Ember is mostly an optional area. I mean, most of it you don't have to come to. There is a part of it where you do need to come after you beat the main game, but I don't need to be here. But I'm still recording it because I want to show the path to get to Moltres. I'm just going to say Moltres. That's why I'm here. This is the only reason why I'm here. There are 2 Team Rocket Grunts over here, and they're talking about the treasure that the Team Rocket admins have been looking for. And why are these boulders in my way again? That should not happen. This is very much uncool. I don't have Repel up anymore, do I? You can find Spearow here. With any luck, that's the only Pokemon I'll mention in my commentary that you can find here, because hopefully I won't run into anymore. Whether to actually put a Repel up here, even if I did have one anywhere in my inventory, that's debatable. I mean, there's patches of grass. These other areas, it's not like a normal cave where you're going to encounter Pokemon at any given step. I did the rock tunnel earlier in Pokemon Yellow. I did not enjoy it. I had repels, but they were the same level as my Pokemon, and that was not fun. So this is not a good battle for Anton, being Execute being a Bug Psychic type, Bug of course being super effective against Grass, Psychic being super effective against Poison, but it can be toxic, and I'm going to take full advantage of that. And I do believe I'm at a high enough level that I should still be able to win this battle, regardless of... Why did I use Razor Leaf? I wanted to use Cut. Actually, that did quite a bit of damage. I'm impressed. Execute has been withdrawn. This is a wise trainer. I'm going to switch out. I don't want to be stupid. It's highly likely that they're not going to use a grass type move against thinking that they were fighting Anton. And of course I've been confused, but with any luck, my leftovers will heal me a little bit, of course. And I'm going to use Ice Beam, because that would be very much super effective against Exeggutor. Exeggutor is a Pokemon that I always have difficulty spelling. I like to... There's a quiz that I can find online that you enter in the... Try and enter in the original 150 Pokemon from memory. And I remember them all, of course, but I always have to try typing Exeggutor a couple times because for some reason I always spell execute correctly, but something in my mind just doesn't click when I'm typing Exeggutor's name. I mean, I even remember that Victory Bell only has one L at the end of it, and Weeping Bell has two L's, and I remember some... I remember a lot of things. Exeggutor's spelling is not one of them. And... do I want to use the full restore? I don't have any paralyzes. Actually, I'm going to be getting a bunch of berries soon, like I said. So, why not heal paralysis with berry? It's not a big deal. And now that guy's out of my way, let's continue on. As our Ultra Ball. That just looked like a suspicious area. I didn't know ahead of time. Now I'm actually inside Mount Ember, and you can find wild Pokemon here at any given point. As you see right here, there's Machop here. Then there's the usual list of all Pokemon you will encounter was until very recently on part of the screen, I'm sure. And there's rocks that you can smash in here if you so desire. They almost certainly allow you to get to some hidden items, but that is not my reason for coming here. And come on! Another Machop? I'd like to mention... Actually, to be perfectly honest, I'm not sure you can encounter anything other than Machop until later in the game, so that might be why I'm encountering so many. And I was hoping by saying that I would find something other than Machop. I don't know the list ahead of time. If I know what Pokemon are in an area, it's just a function of my nerdiness. I don't actually check these things. I don't have the list of Pokemon up right now. I find it in editing. Anyway, you come through here and you're at a higher point of Mount Ember. You can jump down there if you so desire. But if you don't have repels like me, that would be advised against. Here's another Ultra Ball, and how many Ultra Balls do I have? Because I'm coming here to catch... Okay, I've got plenty of Ultra Balls. Huh. Apparently I thought I had it for once. There's Firestone right there. That was intuition again. It just looked suspicious. Strength puzzle here. Moltres is, of course, at the top. Go back down. I want to find out what's over here. It probably involves pushing the rock at the bottom out of the way. Yeah, I can see the solution already. It's not... Strength puzzles are not often difficult. They can be, certainly. Not usually. And of course, just to make it take a little bit longer, I get to encounter another Geodude while rock smashing. I find the background for Rock Smash encounter Pokemon to be quite interesting. The mostly white background. And push that out of the way as far as I care to. There's another Firestone there, and that one you do need Rock Smash to get to. But again, you can just buy Firestones, so unless you're hurting for money for some unknown reason, I don't know why, you would feel compelled to pick those up. Let's see. You push that up, you push that out of the way, you push that out of the way. I screwed that up. I cannot freaking... No, I didn't. I screwed nothing up. So, here's Moltres, and I will see you guys next time on Pokemon Fire Red.